VAUSA has created an enormous amount of stability, especially as like our family is preparing to move again, to know that like I don't have to worry about going and finding a new job. That is one thing, because there's so many different variables and stressors in the military life, and especially when it comes to a move and the instability of not knowing, anything could go wrong. So to know that that is like one huge thing that I don't have to worry about, and to know that I'm going to have a job at VAUSA, not even only a job, but also to have a team that's gonna support and like be there and help pray through any trying or unstable times, like, is just such a relief. So.
Thank you isn't enough. Words aren't enough to say thank you, because when my client hired me and I got to work with him and with VAUSA, I feel like I got saved from a really dark time with that previous job and all the toxicity. But just being able to have such a supportive client and a supportive community. At my old job, I used to cry myself to work on the drive to work, and on the way back, I would cry I was a ball of tears at that job. And now getting to work with VAUSA and with my client, I am in a much better, much healthier mental state. I get to support my family without falling apart myself. I get to support my client with eagerness.
My husband's been gone quite often, probably 80% of the time I've been with VAUSA. I've never really felt by myself. It was either check-in texts every day, or it was something for my kids to make them feel supported too, which I think is huge, because not everybody thinks about your kiddos.
Working with VAUSA and experiencing both the client and assistant side has increased so many things in my life: my faith, my leadership skills, my just ability to be around these individuals and see what they go through in ways that they pour into me. I feel like it could never even match the way that I could ever try to pour into them. And I think about all the ways that people shared by word of mouth to refer other clients, to open up doors, to potentially bring me in to this family, because that's really what it is. It is a business, but it's really more so of a family. And without those opportunities, I would still be probably living paycheck to paycheck. I know for a fact I wouldn't be walking in my faith like I am now. My husband now has moved over from conventional Army to the special operations sector, and he wouldn't have been able to do that because that required me to be really present in our home for our boys. One thing that I think people don't tend to realize is that for military families, the spouse, the primary parent that's there, can't just go out and get any job.
So for me, it gave me really the opportunity to provide, even financially, but also I've been able to watch my boys grow. And I know I could have sent them to daycare, and I could have continued doing the whole brick and mortar world and like corporate life. But I also knew I didn't want to do that. I'm so appreciative because I've been able to see all of these things that like a lot of military personnel, like they don't get to experience with their kids, and neither do parents that work away from the home. And so I'm able to provide, I'm able to be 100% present. And if something comes up, I can just pause for work and like just work a little later, and it's okay. I don't have to like request time off and go through an entire process just to have like half a day off.
Recently, I went through surgery, and I can tell you that I wasn't expecting. I had a lot of people that were already praying for me and sending good energy my way. And while we were trying to figure out everything out leading up to the surgery, this support was very, very noticeable. But seeing the amount of people that reached out after I went through surgery just to check in, just to see how I was doing, checking in just to see whatever it was that they could have done to kind of like help me out, was impressive. I've never felt as supported.
I mean, beyond just thank you for taking a chance on a company like VAUSA, who loves, is military affiliated, loves their people, loves God, puts God first. It's just, I know it's different. Like, we see it on the VA side. Like, we see how different it is on our side, and I'm sure it feels the same way for our clients. And so yeah, I would just say thank you for not only creating a job for your assistant, whoever that may be, or your assistant team, but for every single person on our team and what you are supporting that you don't even see.
My husband couldn't believe that VAUSA was sending us there, first of all. And so the fact that we were going and that this organization was sending us was amazing for him in the first place. But being there, of course, they talk a lot about oneness at this retreat. And so it was refreshing for both of us to be able to set aside time to work on our marriage, to focus on our marriage and give time and energy in that aspect. That was a gift from this organization that I'm also giving time and energy to. It was just kind of filling our bucket back.
I can't imagine not being a part of this. I can't imagine what my life would have been like if I didn't, because another thing about VAUSA was building my faith. I don't think I would be the woman I am right now, no, as deep into my faith as I am if it wasn't for VAUSA. I'm going to be honest. I think a lot of it was their constant feeding of, the biblical principles, even though you don't have to be a person of faith to join VAUSA. The fact that they had these opportunities for us, and I took advantage of all those opportunities. I'm like, heck yeah, I want to do the Bible studies. I want to do the devotionals. I want to meet with Tracy. I want to have, I have that hunger. And I don't think that hunger would have been met I don't think I'd be as quick to where I am now if it wasn't for the community with VAUSA I'm in. Because it has, being surrounded by so many like-minded women and men even, it's hard to explain just how the gratitude, because that also probably helped save my soul as soon as it did, and it has helped me be able to feed into my children and into my husband and into my family. So I have to say, that's probably the most important thing that's come out of VAUSA for me, and why I'm so thankful to join this team.
So my family has been impacted by VAUSA many of times. They see my kids now, whenever they see a package or a meal come to my door, they'll say, "Is that VAUSA again?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And my daughter goes, "Wow, they really love you." And I'm like, "Yeah, they really do." So my kids are seeing what a healthy workplace is, and I think that's very important. Toxic work culture is alive and well here, and I think that for them to see what it is to have people who care and truly love you and have a servant heart in the workplace, it's a great example to them to see what I want for them when they get older. And
this couldn't have came in a better time with VAUSA, having to travel between 5 to 6 different cities. No job would understand that kind of that responsibility for us military spouses and military personnel in general, for us to be able to still have that opportunity to work, because all I need is my computer, my headphones, and I'm good to go. And being able to have that sense of security with VAUSA has always been such an amazing experience. I don't have to worry about going to the next duty station and worrying about, am I going to have a job still?